All right. How was that? That was some pretty cool music that I found on Spotify. Yeah. So I guess it's another official podcast episode. Um so I guess we're going to start things off like this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Square Circle Podcast. I am your host, Marie Shadows, and I'm back again today to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially what happened during the New Japan Cup. And man, yesterday was such a fantastic stream. If you're not following me yet to hear all of my talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, how I will book this whole Bullet Club drama and like how it makes sense, please make sure to hit that follow button here on Twitch. It costs you nothing to hit that follow button. It just means that you're a very good person and you want to hear me talk about professional wrestling and you want to hear me just speak about it in general, which I love to do. I really do love waking up in the morning, watching wrestling, maybe getting a little bit upset at it, putting some emotion and feeling into it, and basically, talk about it. Get on here, talk about it with you guys, and you know, uh, to also celebrate. I want to celebrate every single person that has ever, uh, you know, followed the Square Circle podcast here on Twitch. And I know you guys are watching over on YouTube. If you can, over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, click that bell for all notifications so that you never miss an update whenever I post a regular video and a live stream video like this. You don't miss anything like that. But yeah, I should probably say it now. I am really trying to grow my Twitch. I am trying to apply for that Twitch affiliate. So any follows, any watches, anything helps. Even you chatting, in the chat, you can do that too. So let me give some personal shout outs to people that have followed me, and hopefully I'll be able to say like everyone's name right. If I don't say your name right, I am so sorry. I want to give a shout out to Haru82. Haru has been amazing following me on Twitter. So what up, buddy? Thank you for following me here on Twitch. Next is Nez9K. Thank you for following me. Danny Phantom Plays. Thank you for following me. PhD Bound 309. Thank you for following me. Brain. No, that's Brian. Yeah, or Brain. Brain Milkshake or Brian Milkshake. Thank you for following me. We got Dr. Yasman following me. We got Aussie Rob following me. Thank you for doing that yesterday. We have Undead Randy following me. Undead Randy was in the chat yesterday with me talking about all type of, Bullet Club drama, New Japan drama, and like just listening to me like how I would plot everything. Um, hey, it's hold on. Okay, so this is hey, it's ROG Dylan. Gonna mess up like people's names here. So thank you for following me, and thank you to Diana. She's one of my best friends, one of my high school friends that I still keep in contact with. So she's always been a huge supporter of me wanting to pursue this wrestling dream of mine, and yeah, she's the only like OG around from back in high school days that really stuck it with me and be like, hey, cool, I'll support you. So shout out to Diana, she's my true homie. Um, but yeah, everyone else that has followed me on Twitch, thank you guys so much. The next step is to help me try to get Twitch affiliate. And if I could continue to just talk about professional wrestling and you guys being here and just supporting, and give me a second. All right. Sorry about that. Freaking tax season, you know. So tax season, like I was saying, that's what the phone call was. If anybody's interested, hey. All right. So for anyone in, okay, for anyone in the YouTube chat, I do have a follower over there. He goes by the name of the Switchblade, and usually, well, 99% of the time before this whole shit took off, like we agreed on a lot of things about Jay White. Like, you know, I will give Jay White, you know, his praise, his dues. You know, the man is good, but you do not do that to family. You do not take them out like that. And I am so glad that the Switchblade, not Jay White himself. So for anyone listening to this on audio, like I haven't decided yet to reach out to Jay to be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? Maybe I should probably do that. That would be very interesting. If you guys would agree. But there is a YouTube user that said, fuck G.O.D, Bullet Club for life. I will continue to breed with the Switchblade. Bro, I'm there with you too. I would have said the same thing, but you know, you just don't kick out family like that. Hey, PhD, what's up? Thank you for thank you for coming by. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe that Fale did that too, man. I don't remember where I was after thanking everybody before I had the freaking telephone call. But yeah, I just truly love you know, that you guys are here with me, listening to me talking about professional wrestling. So I have no idea where we're gonna start. Where do you guys want to start? Um, let's see. Where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start into the main thing? You know, I will say that you know, I watched the whole entire New Japan Cup. I basically saw every single match. I wanted to stop after it was Tama versus Evil, but you know, Hiromu and Minoru Suzuki like got me captivated because it was a fucking slap fest, and I was just like, okay, you know, let me just watch this. But talking about Tama versus Evil, right? I've said on this podcast many times that this should have been Tama's victory. Like it should have been Tama going over, Tama going to the finals, Tama fighting Okada or fighting Fale, because Fale feels like the final boss in this fucking whole Bullet Club drama, right? Um, all right, the Switchblade over on YouTube, not the actual Switchblade, says business is business. Jay is ruthless, and I love it. Reminds me of Randy Orton 2018, 2008, 2009. Listen, Switchblade over on YouTube. This is personal. This is not business. I don't see it as business. I really don't. I see this as personal. If it was business, um if it was business, it would have felt wrong. But I will say that Jay White is a smart man. I think that, you know, as this progresses, we'll probably get some more answers, but they can't keep relying on like calling God dead weight. You know, I just don't think that this is all business. Like, do not believe the fucking lie that Jay is telling everybody. Like, it's not business. This is personal. Because if it was business, why are you going to be taking out an OG member just because you don't probably agree with the things that like he said, or to try to be like, you know, to just tell Jay to sort of like step up, because Tom has been putting in the work for Japan because you have a contract with Japan. You know, yeah, sure, you could go build up strong, but why do you need to go build up strong in a sense? Like, this is why I feel like it's not business. It's a personal issue. The same thing with Chase revealing on commentary that the reason why he's siding with Jay by way of Fale is because of July 7th, 2018. Like, this is all personal. This is a personal matter. They beat the shit out of G.O.D and Jado, kick them out. We no longer have the team of Gato and Jado. This is all personal. This is not business. Let me just go back up to read some more comments. PhD says it's so much. Tama should have won. Yeah, Fale. Yeah, Fale's name is the Rogue General. And then like he also mentioned, I think it's personal. G.O.D is getting bigger than Bullet Club. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would think that we talk about G.O.D and we talk about Jay White like equal, like very, 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 very much. Like I would, praise Jay White and then like I will also praise G.O.D. So I guess for me it'll be on an even playing field, just because of like Bullet Club has the mentality of that everyone is equal. You know, like I was saying yesterday on my live stream that like this is a little bit different because no one saw this coming. Probably there was some, writing on the wall for this one, but this wasn't like how Jay turned on Okada, where Jay was saying straight up, "Yo, Okada, I'm gonna stab you in the back. I'm gonna take that championship title from you," and that's about it. But what I want to dive into deeper is that the way how everything happened on this New Japan Cup, um, for March 13th, kind of played out a little bit weird. Okay, so like let's just back up a little bit. Before Tama versus Evil, it was Shingo versus Loa. Loa had his shirt off this time. Loa really doesn't take off his shirt, so I'm just gonna say here that was a treat for me. That really was a treat for me. But other than that, uh, Loa and Shingo had a very great match, one on one, very powerful back and forth. Unfortunately, because of the pumping bomber and straight to the pin, Loa already got lost. Um, so, that's that, right? So Loa already got his match out of the way. When Tama came out and we saw Jado coming with him, I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense. This is a really good thing. The only person that he could trust, other than like his Islanders, which is like, everyone on Tama's Island, is basically Jado, which makes sense. Jado was the only one to really question, why is Jay doing this? What happened? Like, why would Jay do this? And he stuck with God because it's like Tama and Loa never really steered anyone wrong when it came to Bullet Club. I don't think that after so many years you want to like hold a petty grudge. And I'm talking about Chase Owens holding his petty grudge when the firing squad happened. That was a petty grudge. You could have talked it out and would have been like, all right, cool. Maybe Tama was like, wearing his emotions on his sleeve like he always does. Tama wears his heart on his sleeve. With Tama, you basically see him coming. You don't really see him sneaking around, and that's what makes him sort of dangerous. Because even if you do see someone coming, you may never be 100% like in the know. You can see it coming, but sometimes you may not be like in defense mode. For example, when Chris Bay being on Twitter basically was like, oh, you and your brother jumped me, if it was one-on-one Tama, like, you wouldn't get the jump on me. And in my head, I really wanted to tweet back and be like, well, you didn't get out of the way fast enough. That's a perfect example of like, even though Tama and Loa are the two that will go straight right after you and you can see it coming, you may not always be the fastest one in the room to dodge it, to get out of the way. And that's what happened with Chris Bay. Chris Bay was just a casualty. He didn't get out the way fast enough. Jay got out of the way fast enough and cowered his ass all the way to the top, and that's about it. But yeah, objectively, now moving to Tama versus Evil, objectively, right? That was a very good match. Tama versus Evil was a very good match, despite all the fucking shenanigans that I'm gonna get into because I think it's very stupid story wise. I really do. And so the crowd was into it. I don't hold on. Do I have it up here about where they were at? Uh, Give me a second. Let me see. They were at I don't want to mispronounce this. Hyogo? They were at Hyogo. If I mispronounce it, I'm so sorry. But they were there, and the crowd was really into it. The crowd really enjoyed, Evil getting his ass kicked, Tama coming back with his comeback and trying to mount some offense and stuff like that. Like the crowd was really believing it. No matter what Tama does, whether he's a babyface or a heel, like it's very good and it's very rare, and I really love it. So objectively, the match did what it was supposed to do, right? You know, what I didn't like was that Tama ended up getting the loss because everybody decided to fucking like beat the shit out of them, which made no sense. And this is where I'm gonna jump into that, right? So we know that Evil can be trusted. I still think that after the New Japan Cup, that House of Torture should, get away from Bullet Club because they can stand on their own feet. Like they don't really need to be there. The other thing too is that so we had Evil was on the outside. Uh, who came out first? Oh, Sho and Yujiro came out, right? Sho is just there, and Tama brought in Sho, so just keep that in mind. Sho came out. Sho is new. Sho attacks Tama, which you really can't get mad at him because he's part of House of Torture. So like he just does what House of Torture does, so it makes sense. Unfortunately, and then Yujiro comes out. Yujiro attacking Tama slightly makes sense if I want to reach, because also on July 7th, 2018, you know, Loa was the one that decided to do a back body drop to Yujiro before Tama did the Tongan twist to Chase during that time. So you guys like should go, look up July 7th, 2018, or just go to the previous live stream on my Twitch and YouTube to just watch it. And I explain everything and all that. So cool, that makes sense. They attack him. Next comes out Bullet Club, and Bullet Club's cutest tag team, if they're still gonna be named that, Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo. This is my biggest problem with that when they come out, right? It's because for the past couple of times I've been doing this live stream, I've been talking about how great the character arc and the character development and all the layers that El Phantasmo has given himself now is basically like, what was the point of all that buildup? What was the point of him building up his character, and then all of a sudden gets exposed because he has a metal plate in his boot, and then everyone in Bullet Club getting on him, nagging on him, and being like, hey, why are you not using the super kick, also known as the sudden death? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? That basically leaves an opening to not only attack El Phantasmo, but an opening for Bullet Club to like lose any of their matches. So all that nagging and like all of his sort of like trying to calm everybody down to be like, oh no, don't worry, it's just a mental block. That's why I can't do the super kick. All of a sudden, when Taiji Ishimori picks up Tama, we get a super kick to Tama from El Phantasmo. Man, like all that story, all that buildup of that mental blockage. Why is this the moment in time for a story that he's able to hit a super kick? Like it makes no sense. Like he tried yesterday with Osprey trying to hit a super kick, but it didn't really work. Even though Osprey was baiting him to do it, it didn't work because of the mental block. But the moment that you're gonna help Evil and take out Tama is when you get over your mental block. I really hope that they don't go with a stupid line that says that his mental block was caused by Tama. Because then I'm gonna be like, you guys need me for help, and I'm here to help you guys with this shit. Like you can't just really have some weak ass petty shit to be like, oh, this is why Tama gets the blame. This is why Tama gets kicked out. This is why G.O.D gets kicked out because of like petty ass fucking blaming and stuff. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is definitely not like a PG stream, so all of my cursing is just all of my passion and shit like that, just because this shit bothers me. especially when like it doesn't make sense. Especially for like character growth and character development. Like there's no motivation as to like why all of a sudden now the super kick would work and not like back then, um is I don't know, is kicking out God the answer to like El Phantasmo's blockage? Hey Gary, what's up, buddy? Glad that you're here, man. This Gary, this is our emotional support stream right now. So by all means, you can definitely rant in the chat. Um, yo, this is our support stream. I did this stream for you, buddy. I did this stream for you. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna like slow down on my ranting a little bit and I'm gonna go back up and read the comments. So yeah, just so that way like I can relax a little bit. Because I'm going off of adrenaline because it doesn't make any sense. This is why I was saying that, like, yo, New Japan. I'm Marie Shadows. I have a degree in writing. I have my publishing certificate. I once worked for WWE. Hit me up. I'm just saying. I would love to work for the company. Like legit love to work for the company. All right. So, okay. How far did I miss? Okay. So, let's PhD says it's okay. I read that one. I read that one too. He agreed with me. And here comes YouTube Switchblade, not the actual one. Honestly, I think the split is necessary. God were becoming too much like a face tag team. Jay hitting Blade Runner on Tama keeps Bullet Club being uh solid. Heel, love God, but okay. YouTube Switchblade, I totally get it. I really do understand that point. Yeah, we saw it too that they were becoming face. And I totally get it that Bullet Club probably should not like be face, but it's okay. I don't know. To me, it'll be okay, but I totally understand your point. I totally where you get that. Um, okay, so yeah, PhD said he was worried about Jado, but Tama and T trusted him. He trusted him too. Yeah, and then in comes Gary because Gary has been super emotional over this. PhD also said family don't turn on family, more pissed at Fale. Yeah. Um okay, you have room for one more. I have some stuff to get off my chest. Okay, cool. All right, so this is all Gary's thing, all right? Fucking Fale, I trusted him, man, he's supposed to be family. And then PhD goes back up to Switchblade. Oh no, goes back up to Gary saying that everyone's been cursing, like even me. Like this is very emotional. This is such a whirlwind, and I try to figure it out from like a story perspective of like where we can go. And right now, it's sort of like where can we go? The only thing that we can do is wait for it to play out, obviously. But like, you know, story wise, all right, let me keep going with my rant. First of all, let me hydrate. And by the way, I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I don't know how this is gonna work. um all right, so we have my El Phantasmal problem. uh you did you just change your name, man? By the way, for anyone listening on audio, Gary just changed his name because he no longer wants Switchblade underscore GT. So it's totally okay, man. You got to do what you got to do. As always, I'm here for support. I'm here to like give you that hug. That's why I made this live stream. But yeah, so that's my little El Phantasmo gripe. Is the fact that now all of a sudden he can hit a super kick on Tama, but couldn't hit a super kick on Osprey and couldn't hit a super kick on any other person and stuff like that. Okay, according to Gary, Ishimori on my shit list as well. He was brought in by Tama. I know, buddy. I know you're so emotional. I know you are. Um, I know you are. It's okay. We're all emotional here. It's all good, man. All right. So after that, um, Gary, that's why I made the stream. I saw, listen, man, I saw on my whole timeline that you were distressed and you needed a hug, and I am here to help you, buddy. Like, you can definitely, rant away in the chat. It's totally okay. Other people can rant too if they want to, man. Like I said, I made this, um, I made this for us, for like emotional support, and it's not it's emotional damage too. Yeah, so like we all feel betrayed right now, and I'm trying to figure this out with you guys. All right, so aside from El Phantasmo, right, who comes out next? Well, Tama again got betrayed, and now he knows where he stands, because if you read the full interview that Chris Charlton did with Tama, in there you can definitely feel that Tama didn't know where he stood. Hugs to everyone. Yes, hugs to everyone. Um, I mean, yeah. um, but then again, we're here to just speculate and talk about what could happen next, and keep it all kayfabe, obviously, and have fun with this. All right. So after that, who comes out? I think Jado comes back in and Jado starts whacking everybody with the kendo stick, and that was like a moment of, yeah, that was great. Jado whacking everybody, but then Chase coming in, hitting the knee on Jado. And by the way, one day I'm just going to, when I review that match of Jado versus Chase, it's probably just going to be named Jado got betrayed by Bullet Club, and I should have realized that something was coming, just because of how Jado versus Chase played out. um, so Kenta, just to switch a little bit because Gary's asking me about Kenta and Hikuleo. Um, Kenta is sad. He saw what happened, and he put out a tweet as well. And I just think he's sad. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's still recovering, so he really can't be in this civil war. Hopefully, when we get to May being the birth of Bullet Club, and it's gonna be taking place at New Japan Strong Mutiny. That's gonna be fucking great. Um, Hikuleo, we know that he's probably gonna be with Tama Loa. There's like no doubt. But then again, I'm not subscribed to his Patreon, so this is a little plug-in. If you guys want to, go subscribe to Hikuleo's Patreon and watch the vlogs that he puts out. It's patreon.com/Hiku's Hub. So HIKUSHUB. If you guys want to go support him over there. I wish I could do it to get more info, but I just really can't at the moment. But if you guys can, make sure to go over and support Hikuleo. I will put it here in the chat, so that way you guys can go support Hikuleo as well as support Thomas Island. Um, um, but yeah, that's as far as I know when it comes to like Kenta and Hikuleo. Um, I don't know if Kenta's gonna side with Jay. Let's not, I know that Thomas sort of burned that bridge over on Twitter by telling, Kenta if he has to think about it, fuck you too type of thing. I don't think he's gonna side with Jay because, Kenta likes to think for himself. If it's not worth it, I don't think he's gonna go and do it. But then again, I could be wrong. Um, yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to go support Hikuleo, that's his Patreon thing, so go do that. So yeah, after Jado whacks everybody, Chase comes in, does the knee. After that, Fale comes in too. Fale is going to try to do the grenade onto Tama, but then Loa comes out. Loa takes out Chase and then like yells at Fale, and Fale does the grenade to him. And I think that's very telling in this story. And, I question why he didn't decide to do maybe like, I don't know, a double choke slam to both of them to sort of set the example, to sort of like, put the case in point that these guys are out. But he decides to do the grenade over to Loa, which, Loa doesn't seem like the type to sort of like get shit started, be a shit stir like Tama could probably be like. But I think it's very telling that um Fale decided to choose uh to hit the grenade on Loa and not on Tama. So there's something more in this story as to why he decided to choose Loa. Because not everyone in Bullet Club, okay? It's probably going to be like, I'm just going to put this on Chase. Chase was saying that the blame goes to Tama because whenever dissension happens, it's because Tama is fighting with Jay, or Tama is fighting with Evil, or Tama is doing something, right? So, that's why I don't understand. The way that they're playing this out, the way that they're telling it, the little tiny details that they're, throwing in there and stuff. So it's like Fale would do the grenade to Loa, but not pick up Tama to do the grenade to him to further do the case in point as to why they're kicking them out. Is it truly because they're dead weight? Because if anyone is on Twitter, fucking Carl Anderson basically said, great, now, good job, guys. You guys took away the dead weight. Which, by the way, again, why the fuck are we letting in has-beens into the Bullet Club again? Isn't the Bullet Club supposed to like push the future of professional wrestlers and not let the has-beens back in that really didn't do shit? If anything, Bullet Club got put on the map more because of the fucking Young Bucks and Kenny and their whole deal with Hot Topic. I can't believe my brain is fucking wanting to say this, but if anybody deserves to be back in to put Bullet Club on the mat, it probably should be the Young Bucks over the Good Brothers. But let me not go there. But yeah, like Carl saying, great job, guys. We'll see you in Tokyo soon. And thanks for like taking out the dead weight. So who is really to blame? How the fuck is G.O.D dead weight? No one is answering that question. No one is really asking that question except for me. Like, how are they dead weight? If anything, they are 7-time IWGP World Tag Team Champions. That means something. They carried Bullet Club through everything before Jay White even got there, and even had to hold it down when Carl, Doc Gallows, and Finn Balor went over. Oh, and AJ went over to greener pastures in WWE. So, like, this is why it doesn't make sense when you have a lot of facts that surround Bullet Club and trying to do this story that can be disproven, when you want to call them dead weight. They went to go for greener pastures. They went to go and fill their wallets while Loa, Fale, and Tama were over here in Japan holding up the fucking Bullet Club banner along with everyone else, including us, the fans. And they're considered dead weight. Like, I don't fucking get this shit. I really don't. If you want to make a good story, you don't go on, oh, let's just say they're dead weight. Like, how is that progressive in trying to be different to have a second civil war? Like, I don't get this. Oh, well, Gary, if you're gonna be seeing Jay White this Sunday, make sure to wear a G.O.D t-shirt and like record what happens, man. Record what happens. Wow, I missed a lot of um comments here, just because I'm ranting about things that, like, get me so passionate and really really get me going, because it's like you want to make a perfect story, right? um this is not how you do it, because then I have more questions than answers, and then people are just saying stupid shit for the sake of it, because they haven't really, I don't know if they haven't thought this out. I know that cool. uh Thanks, PhD. um I know for a fact that I said this yesterday on the live stream, that Tama is a very smart man. He listens to everything, he pays attention to everything. Um but yeah, hey, Big Money Mike G, thank you for the follow.
Is now following.
Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. We are up to 60 followers. Oh, I gotta move that. Every time you guys follow, you see a nice, cool little picture, but I gotta move that so that you guys can see it. I totally appreciate you guys following me here. I really, really do. Um, Oh man, yo Gary, you're gonna have to like send pictures, man. I want to see the face paint and everything and wear it, and someone has to record it, man. Like I really want to see it. Um, but yeah, like, when it comes to storytelling, I get so passionate about it because instead of trying to be progressive and try to tell a new story as to why you want to kick out God, why you want to, basically give them a beatdown, it shouldn't just be because they're dead weight, and it shouldn't just be because everyone is following Jay's orders when he's not in Japan steering the Bullet Club ship. He's over here making New Japan strong that much better and doing this US of J tour. So it's like, bro, cut out the middleman. If you really mean what you say, head over there to Japan, right? Like, you know, just fucking do that shit. Like, don't tell Gato that they have to choose. If you really want them to choose, you go over there and be like, look, it's time to choose who's this. And even if you do run into Tama in Japan, I mean, you could just run away from him like you did with Ishii for like what, 2020 during that feud. Like, and by the way, it's not me turning on Jay at all, because if you guys listen to any of my backlogs and stuff, I'm still Gary's probably not gonna like this, but I still do have to be objective and still give Jay his props for doing everything that he's done. But these podcast episodes going forward is all about, like, how to treat your fellow family members in a big group like Bullet Club, and just trying to dissect the reasoning behind it, the idea behind it, the motivation behind it. And as a writer, you can't really just justify the motivation as, like I said, them being dead weight. Gary, don't get mad at me. I'm still a podcaster and like an analyst, so I pick Thomas' side, but I still have to analyze both sides to tell the story of the Bullet Club drama. So I am the one exception. Don't give me that excuse, man. Don't give me the excuse me. I will rep everything for Tama, but me sitting here analyzing everything, I still have to give Jay his props. Like, don't do that to me. I still have to do that. I still love you, bro. I still do. But I have to still be objective sometimes. Obviously, the way that it went down, the way that the betrayal went down, I don't like it. But I do have to say that everything prior, Jay White has done a good job. What do you mean, but? What do you mean, but, man? We are not going to be drawing lines in this, okay? On my live stream, we're not going to be drawing lines. I already made it clear that I am on Tama's side. PhD says, I thought Jay was gaining their trust and turned on the good sisters, right? I thought so too, man. I thought that's exactly what's gonna happen. That, he gained the trust, he was gonna turn on them and stuff like that. But yeah, man. But seriously, Gary, don't be mad at me. I still have to be an analyst in this whole thing, man. Like, you know me, I'm always gonna be on Tama's side. I'm gonna root for him. I don't think there's anything Jay would do that can sway me to go over onto his side. I'm just saying. I don't think there's anything that Jay can do right now that can do that. Just because I'm on Thomas' side. Jay talks shit to everybody. That's why I don't understand why he aligned himself with the Good Sisters, because eventually, like, Jay, right? Jay is so good at what he does that I'm not sure if he realizes that the Good Sisters is trying to ride off of his success. Like, I wonder if he knows that. But yes, PhD, I try to keep it objective in my analysis and journalism, but I will say when something is wrong, it's wrong, and this is how you fix it. Um, Me either, and I was the biggest Jay supporter. Yeah. Yeah, Gary was definitely the biggest Jay supporter. I came in second for that. And then we're here like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, this is why it doesn't make any sense. And sometimes you just gotta like think about the story ahead of time and not just use like some weak storytelling elements that doesn't make any sense. Carr's career peaked when he lost the G1 finals. I'm gonna take your word for it because I really don't remember much of like Carl Anderson. Everyone puts him on this pedestal, but I'm here like, really? Like, really? But yeah. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Okay, so oh yeah. I think I covered the whole entire like beatdown thing and it doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, the other thing that doesn't make any sense is that you guys all saw it. Um Fale was gonna go down, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, right? So everybody was gonna go down like this, right? This is so awkward right now. Rather than throwing it up, they basically go down. So everybody follows Fale. That should tell you something. Except Gato stops everybody and it's like, no, 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 we're gonna throw it up. So everyone throws it up and they're all in unison to do that. And I just think that's very telling. And you could definitely see that something happened to where everyone probably got manipulated to just follow Jay. But before that, um, everyone followed Fale to go down. And the moment that Gato was like, no, let's throw it up. Yo, that is some storytelling, that is some storytelling there that I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah, I would throw it down low too, just because I think that's a little bit more better and clever, and it separates you from NWO. And I can definitely tell you from experience, because this happened at WWE, and this is the time when I was the first ever time that I was on like Tama's Island, and I talked about my WWE days because Tama was like, "What? You worked at WWE?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yo, you want to hear the Bullet Club story?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." I can tell you from experience that you know, uh, they really don't like when you don't say the right things or even try to correct the history of like the Too Sweet. And because somebody was just like, oh, so they, meaning the Young Bucks, stole the Too Sweet sign. No one steals the Too Sweet sign. Like, Kevin Nash gave them the okay for the Too Sweet, so they're okay to use it if he says it's okay. So yeah, Tama knows that story from me when I used to work at WWE. But again, WWE does not like anything being taken and really mass produced the way that the Young Bucks was mass producing this and everything else of the NWO. So that's why they had the cease and desist. and then that's why I think it'd be better to like throw it low and stuff. Uh, Man, I have no money to support Hikaleo. So I don't know what he posted on Patreon. Um, it's probably behind the paywall. Which, by the way, guys, if you want to support me, head over to ko-fi.com/Marie underscore shadows. So that way I can do a better objective wrestling media analysis on like this whole entire thing. I'm just saying. Uh oh, look at that! Got 100 messages today on my restream chat. Let's go tweet that out. Um, let's just I just tweeted it out. I got excited. I got excited. Yeah. So oh yeah, I would definitely throw it low rather than throwing it high. They drinking whiskey. PhD, who's they? Is it an actual like not paid post? Uh Yeah, I have no money to support Hikaleo right now. I wish I could support Hikaleo. I really really could. Anyway, Tama has always said no one was bigger than the club. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Other than me talking about my WWE days, basically, I haven't seen the full backstage interviews, but from what I gather on Twitter, um, Fale said it's Bullet Club over everybody now. Hikaleo after this morning he taking a drink. Oh, okay. Uh Man, I would love to support Hikaleo. Can't do that right now. And I would love to support, other people too. Anyway, but yeah, I saw that. Oh, okay. Um, you know, big boy having a big drink, I guess. I'll stop. Um, yeah, what do you call it? Not Hikaleo. Fale basically said that it's Bullet Club over everybody now, and I'm just like, what is happening? You know, I don't get it. It's supposed to be like, yes, it's supposed to be Bullet Club over everybody. However, it doesn't make any sense. You kick out the three hardest working people of Bullet Club, and yet then say Bullet Club over everybody. Like, is it because they were becoming baby faces? Like, even El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori were like turning face for a little bit because they were getting, the babyface reaction of, being Bullet Club's cutest tag team and people wanting their shirt. So like, I don't know. I missed a lot of freaking chats. Uh yeah, I missed a lot of chats. Let's see what else. Uh oh yeah, Yeah, Patreon has that. Oh yeah, Gary's still upset. He's still calling them traitors. I'm just going back up into the chat. Still calling them traitors. Uh, yeah. So, and then also, Tama also said some stuff in his backstage interview too, where he basically says, "Oh, so this is how like it happens. This is how he gets kicked out. After all the years, sweat, blood, and tears and stuff like that. Sacrificing time away from his family to basically hold up Bullet Club, and then gets kicked out like this. Yeah, that wouldn't sit right with me either that wouldn't sit right with me either. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like really look at the backstage comments, really take it easy and look for stuff and whatnot, and just dissect everything. I think I touched base on almost everything. that has happened in New Japan Cup and stuff like that. And I wanted to do a quick live stream. I know I said yesterday I wanted to play the New Japan game, but that might change. We might change it to Monday only because right after this stream at 9 p.m. I will be on the Smack Raw podcast filling in for RN. So I'll be on there talking AEW, WWE, and I'm probably gonna throw in some New Japan stuff just because um, Smack Raw podcast wants to know more about this Bullet Club drama. And by the way, everyone that has ever supported this channel by giving me a follow, this is what I love to do. This is what I love to talk about. Like, this is not a gimmick. I'm not here to do some spiteful shit like wrestling media would do over on Twitter and get away with it. No, all I care about is telling you the information of New Japan Pro Wrestling, telling you my thoughts, telling you how we should fix things, and just talking about story and being here for a friend. I basically decided to do the stream now so that way, Gary could come in here, PhD could come in here, even YouTube Switchblade to come in here and basically like vent. Like, this is, it's still real to us. We love this shit. And I did it, for people who wanted like an emotional support for that. And yeah, also, I guess we would take a little detour. Good luck to Big E out there. Big E broke his neck over a really botched belly to back suplex that really didn't need to happen, but it happened. Things happen in this business, but Big E has such a very positive outlook on it that he's going to be fine. He does not need surgery for his neck. He does not need surgery for his neck. He just has to heal. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to miss WrestleMania and whatnot. So yeah, shout out to Biggie. Biggie's gonna be okay, guys. He's gonna be fine. If anything, he could contact Ospreay and ask Ospreay how he recovered from his neck injury too, because most likely it's probably the same thing that happened, where both of them got like fractured necks. So if Ospreay wants to give him some tips, that could be a thing. But yeah, I don't really know what else I can dive into because I don't have anything else. Yesterday on the live stream, I talked about everything. And then, here I just wanted to do a quick stream about New Japan Cup, just about Bullet Club drama. And by the way, if you see me on Twitter at Marie_Shadows and also at Thomas Island, like, we keep the New Japan banner alive. If no one knows what's going on, because the English websites do not cover New Japan Pro Wrestling as a write-up, you come to at Marie_Shadows or you come to at Thomas Island and some others like Ross, the co-host of Thomas Island, and basically like ask us. Like, we love to help out other wrestling fans. We do not gatekeep. There's a lot of people in the community that gatekeep. We do not do that shit. We will help you with like any question you have, so reach out to at Marie_Shadows or at Thomas Island if you want to get up to date on like, basically New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thomas Island may or may not answer you, so it'll be a good idea to head over to twitch.tv/Thomas Island, and you can hear me on there. You can hear other guests on there. Gary has been a guest on there. I'm guessing PhD has been a guest on there too. I think so. But yeah, we're there to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is a New Japan based podcast. The same thing like this one too, the Square Circle podcast, but I could talk about like anything else. It's just that the Bullet Club drama is so deep. Okay. But PhD, you could be on the podcast whenever you want to. Cool. But yeah. So like, we carry the banner of New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you want to know what's going on, you contact me or you contact somebody else that like has a good understanding, that can definitely do the research, that can definitely answer your questions. Because if nobody on the English side of the wrestling websites are not reaching out to someone who's knowledgeable like myself, then that's their loss, my gain, because you're here listening to me about this. The only reason why I might sound like snappy about it is because original content creators like myself, like the other podcasters I hang around with, don't get enough exposure while people in the community are retweeting, whatever Dave says, whatever the other wrestling media journalist says, about nothing in news, nothing really newsworthy. So that's the only reason why I will stand by my New Japan banner, just because, I can actually sit here and tell you without doing mental gymnastics about how this story is playing out, how this story is breaking down. I can't do that no longer with AEW. I used to do it with AEW, but I don't do it anymore because AEW is illogical. And I'm not going to stress myself out to try to put the pieces together when they don't make sense. In New Japan Pro Wrestling, I could put the pieces together and present it to you in a way where it makes sense and in a way where it could get you hyped and excited for what may come next or may not come next. Like I don't sit here to pretend to be a guru about professional wrestling. Like I love it. I've been watching it since I was 7. I made it to WWE, which by the way, all you AEW faithful out there, just because I made it to WWE doesn't mean that you can use it as a way to attack me because it makes no sense. Like sometimes they would use my accomplishments against me as a way of I gotcha. You don't have shit. You really don't. So don't even try it. Like I don't regret working for WWE. I love working for WWE. All I want to do is work for another company in the future, and that's all I want to do. And if I have to stand by my New Japan banner and show love to New Japan, I would definitely fucking do it. Just because of that. Um, But yeah, I have nothing else to really say about the New Japan Cup this time around. I think I covered everything. There's still a lot of questions, more than answers. But I really do want to say thank you to all of the new followers. We're currently up to 60 followers. The goal is to get it to 75 followers. So if you see this on the replay, make sure you follow, leave a comment or anything like that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, if anyone that's watching this want to ask me some quick Q&A questions, you guys can. But I will be sticking with my New Japan banner, and I will be letting the Twitter world know that I'm here to be your New Japan girl. So because it's kind of sad when you have followers and you're like, hey, I'm going live, and you don't see them, but yet then they complain about, oh, there's not enough coverage of New Japan Pro Wrestling on the English side. Like, there's obviously going to be like that disconnect. There's always going to be that disconnect, but at least I'm putting in the work to be like, hey, come to my live stream and let's talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, or visit my coffee page and go read my Lions Roar documentary reviews for free, or go support me over there anyway, like you would support anyone else who has a Patreon, who has a coffee, who does this, who's super passionate about it and wants to put other people over. So yeah, if nobody on the YouTube or Twitch side has anything to say, then sharing information. Uh, yeah, sharing information on what though? Um, oh, and by the way, I just want to give a shout out to New Japan over on the Reddit side. You guys are fucking amazing. You guys are super amazing over there, and I really do. Oh, okay. Um, I really do appreciate everyone over there on the Reddit side in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You guys are awesome. Okay, I totally get it. So sharing information podcast. Yeah, that's exactly what my podcast is. I do not come on here to tell you guys lies. I don't even charge you guys 13 per lie. I charge you guys fun, emotional support, hugs, ranting, all that kind of stuff, some fun stuff, for free. And if you feel like I deserve, your time and attention and your money, As always, support me at ko-fi.com/Marie Shadows. But yeah, that is everything that I have to say for right now. I still have to do a little bit more research. So, like I said, right? I am Marie Shadows, the voice and the creator of the Square Circle podcast, and I have opinions. I'm always going to have opinions, whether you like them or not. That's just who I am. We could have a difference of opinions. That's cool too. I don't really mind. That's why I appreciate um, YouTube Switchblade coming over and coming into the chat and letting me know how he feels. That's why I appreciate PhD coming in and letting me know how he feels, and also for Gary to come in and let me know how he feels, and all the 60 followers to come here and just listen to me talk, because this is what I love to do. This is what I love to do. All right, this is going to be the end of the podcast. Just a few more house notes. I'm going to say it again. Make sure to tune in at twitch.tv/smacked raw. Hold on, let me see if I have it right, because I want to make sure I have it right. Okay, got it. Let me uh all right, guys. If you want the link to where I'm gonna be at 9 p.m. is in the chat. Uh, Make sure to click on it. Give them a follow, because I'm gonna be over there talking about AEW, WWE, and probably I'm gonna throw in some New Japan Pro Wrestling over at the Smack Raw podcast at 9 p.m. today over on Twitch. So give them a follow as well. I'm filling in. His co-host is not going to be there today. So, they're awesome guys. I collaborated with them many times in the past. So just doing a favor, go give them a follow and watch me again, talk my shit at 9. Which I should be like more, that thing at the news where they're like more at 11. Well, more at 9 today. Tomorrow, hopefully I can stream some New Japan Strong Spirits, just to have a very fun thing. And then Tuesday, I'll chop it up on Thomas Island, and then the following Tuesday, I'll chop it up on another podcast talking about opinions, and then the following one, I'll be on another podcast show. So if you want me on your podcast show, just hit me up at Marie_Shadows. All right, guys, I am going to play us out, where you guys are going to be listening to my voice, while hopefully there's no Spotify ads playing. Yes, there is. Always. These Spotify ads are killing me. I wanted to play you guys out in some music. I will. But yeah, Gary, I got your back for New Japan Strong Spirits, man. So yeah, I want to thank everybody that has tuned in to hear me talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. And like I said, you can find me over on Twitter at Marie_Shadows, where I talk about wrestling 24/7. You can support me at ko-fi.com/Marie_Shadows. You can give me a one-time donation or a monthly subscription. Think of it like a Patreon, where you get to help the channel, help me, and everything else. But I am so thankful for all the 60 followers, and I wish you guys all the best of the rest of your Sunday. And I love each and every one of you guys. This would not have been possible without you guys. Also, again, I will be on the Smack Raw podcast tonight at 9 p.m. So make sure to tune in for that right here on Twitch. I was about to say on Twitter. Nah, it's not going to be on Twitter. It's going to be on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Smack Raw Pod. All right, guys. I thank you so much for being here. You have been listening to an episode of the Square Circle Podcast. I am your host, Marie Shadows, and I'll see you guys on the next one.